Hi, I'm Not Yet Dead, and welcome back to Riverside Farms. So, potato selling time. Last day, busy day. Right, potatoes. So we're going to Raw's potatoes. Price has dropped a little bit since I decided this is really going to sell. Oh yeah, that is the sell point. Oh, cool. Okie dokie. Still got indicators on. I thought I just switched them off. Okay, anyway. But yeah, so sell the potatoes. The compost was finally ready. I've left it filling up. I think it's full actually by now. So that first trailer load of compost is good to go. Is this animated? No. Okay. Just wondered. How much are we going to get? 70,000. It wasn't the best price, but it was a pretty decent price, and it wasn't the slurry. It wasn't the biogas plant. To be honest, angry grains. So it was probably the best of the rest. So good price, not bad indeed. Okay, let's head to the biogas plant, and we'll basically swap trucks. Start filling this one up, and we'll find out where's the best place to sell our compost currently. On that, of course, what else we've got to do today? So I'm just trying to think what we need to sort of show on screen, squeeze in, blah, blah. Obviously, there's cultivating still going on. I think we're currently on field 53. We will have, towards the end of the day, wool to sell, milk to sell. No point in doing that too early. And I think, I could be wrong, we might have some crops to sell. I think I noticed in the silo, there are crops apparently somewhere in a silo that we own, but it's not the main farm, so I'm not interested, because if it's not the main farm, we haven't put it there, so I'm not going to sell it. I'm not worried about it. But there might be something still at the main farm, so we'll have to have a look. Contract on Bird 53 finished. Health Eyes completed their task almost simultaneously. Excellent. So we need to find a new contract. Yeah, it's mainly going to be a bit of sell-off here and there. Obviously, loading and selling off the compost, and actually chaffing the corn, which will be the next thing we'll do. Chaffing, baling and wrapping the corn, indeed. Right. Let's jump out for a minute. Let's go and move this one, which is indeed now full. Started it last night, left it running overnight, finished off this morning. I've already done a couple of odd jobs. Empty the wall, load the wall pallets onto the trailer, etc., etc. Right, so first 250,000 litres of compost. Said I'm not going to show me selling each one of these because it's going to be some time. Might show the sell-off point, I suppose, just especially if it's a different sell point each time. I don't know, depends where the best price is at the moment in time of selling and all. I mean, otherwise there is going to be a fair amount of back and forth. I bought the extension belt, but to be honest, I'm not sure I'm going to need it because it's as easy to move this. I mean, I don't need to at the moment, but it's as easy to move this. In fact, we could do that, couldn't we? Oh no, sorry, wrong one. It's as easy to move this like that. I had got them connected up, but actually it got really tricky in terms of sorry, not with it. It got really tricky in terms of moving them. I find them easier to move when they're not connected. Is that reasonably lined up? Yeah, it's fine. And I haven't even extended this yet. Plus, of course, you know, I can just move the trailer further in each time, so it's not a problem. There you go, that'll do. Why is that suddenly stopped? Just because I got out. Hang on just a second, because it's always a bit funny of turn it on, turn it off, fold it, unfold it, kind of. I mean, I shouldn't need the engine on for the belt to run. And this one doesn't appear to have a turn off thing. What if I connect it? Oh, one of them is not turned on. Weird. Okay, fair enough. There we go. Now we're good. Excellent. Can leave that running. Switch this off. Good. Right, where can we sell our compost? Where is it? There it is. Ooh, prices are dropping across the board. That's not good. Oh, except angry increase. Okay. Well, fine. First load at Angry Mill. We'll be doing what? 1, 10, 6 loads. Thereabouts. So plenty of chance for the other prices to recover, but the difference is significant and the others are all dropping. So let's go to Angry Mill. First one. Oh no, that's where I get in first, doesn't it? Run, 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 come on. Stuff to do. Right, let's go. To Angry Mill. What I may end up doing is, regardless of the prices, is just sell at the others anyway. The price should start to drop. Price up to 250,000 litres at one sell point. The price should start to drop at that sell point, which means its benefit will be reduced. So we might sell some of the others at some of the other sell points. But, yeah. It's a frankly ridiculous price. It's crazy, absurd. But you know what? It took a lot of effort to do that compost. It took a lot of goes of trying to put straw in the silo that didn't work. Then I had to do a lot of runs back and forth with grass. All right, the wood chip wasn't as hard as it might have been, but it still took some time. Then I had to compact it all, and then I had to sit and wait for 5 days. So you know, I think there should be a suitably large reward at the end. But yeah, I mean, this is crazy. This trailer load is worth £750,000. That's already going to push us well above the money we started with. Yeah, nuts. So, compost is the way to go, folks, if you need to make urgent money. Well, not urgent money maybe, but if you need to make large amounts of reasonably easy money, compost. Because, you know, this trailer load is worth about the same as what we got for our for all of our silage in the silo. This gives it some kind of context. Wow, 5 million. Good grief. Right, try and get this right so we don't get snagged on the hedge again. There we go. There's one slight disadvantage of going to Angry Greens. He's getting in and out. Okay, right. I'll get this back down so it's ready to be filled when the other one's full. And let's go do something else. Right. So here's an interesting thing. You've not seen this before. This is the Lizard multi-baler. It's a mod. Fascinating thing. Comes with this connector on the back, which has the same problem as all the others do. Don't leave your header on and then come out your game, it'll go funny. But it connects up brilliantly. Look, all the cables all connected, the hydraulics, the PTO, the trailer hitch. connects to this. This is separate. Slightly confusingly, but this I had to put on. I had to actually lease a skid steer and pallet forks to put this on, which was a bit odd, but fine. But that's your sort of your collection thing, which has its own capacity if I remember rightly. But let's get in and have a look. So we need to connect up the header. We need to fold that out. Need to unfold the pipe, which does detect nicely the little bin that's just in front of it. Need to move back, and I forget which is which. Oh, just gone past it. I think that's the baler. But anyway, so let's just start, and we'll see. I'll swing the camera a bit so we can see. Let's go this way for a change. I always seem to go clockwise around this field. Let's go anti-clockwise. So actually I need to flip back to the combine, to the harvester, switch it on. The chaff monster. It's nice to have some lights on actually, isn't it? And you can see there it is, the chaff's going into the containery buckety thing. Technical term, that is. And you can actually see it's being fed into the baler already. Now I haven't switched the baler on yet, so that's the fact it's doing that is actually quite interesting. I'm assuming at some point the baler will fill up and it will just stop loading in. Not yet. Interesting. Anyway, I should best switch the baler on. Switch that on. Now for that, let's see what happens. I think it only creates standard 4,000 litre balers, but now they've both got chaff in, so it's now one system. There you go, it's unloading the first bale. Straight into the wrapper. And yes, it's a 4,000 litre bale. Fascinating. And I'm assuming by now that's just a bale. I'm thinking, depending on how many bales we'll get the sort of auto loadery thing, auto bale loader. Depending, but I haven't got it yet because I don't know which one. Now, that bale now needs unloading 9. Okay. Not done that very well, have I? No, really didn't. And that's bale number 2 already. I mean, no concept of what we're going to get off with it. Mr. CLP did do a test, so I'll get the same volume as I would have done if I'd just chaffed the corn, which I mean you should do, right? You just get it then divided by 4. And the interesting thing, of course, being that you've got this collector thing, which means that actually I don't need to unload the bale immediately. I can wait until that's full before I unload the bale. So let's do that. I'm curious. Yeah, what's its capacity? It's huge. Because there's 4,000 litres still in the bale, right? In the bale that's still in, right? So is that 10,000 litres then? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, okay. Wow. But now we need to stop. So unload the bale. I mean, it's a big old rig, you know. A lot of moving parts there. Immediately 4,000's gone. Full again, that's my fault. So let's let it unload the next bale in. Let it progress with that bale. Let it catch up. It's got another bale ready to go. Next bale is wrapped and unloaded. This is a pretty cool thing. It's really fun. I hope it comes in 22. Brilliant. Okay, moving on. Okay, wasn't unloading, it's fine, it's done. Oops, sorry. May of course want to get a bale trailer, because of course what I've done is made the mistake of actually unloading bales pretty much all over the shop. So although I'm doing a headland, I then have to negotiate the bales to be able to continue. It might just make sense to make a rough guess on which bale trailer I'm likely to need, and pick up the ones that, oh, next contract's done. That was the last cultivating contract on the list. We might get lucky, another one might have appeared by now, fingers crossed. Let's see. That's done. But yeah, so it might be easier to go and sort of guesstimate how many bales we're going to get. Therefore, which bale trailer we need, and go get the bale trailer so that we can start picking these up. I mean, we've only gone around ahead of them once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bales. 9 bales. So it's already too much for the 8 bale trailer, which to be honest, I don't even know if I've got installed at this point in time. Yeah, and we've got out of sync again. That was my fault. So when the next fills up, we'll stop. Unload one. Just about the noise of it. There it goes. Not sure we're going to get to the end, do we? I'll wait for the wrapper to finish. Wait for it to unload the bale. Push out the next bale. There we go. It's an incredibly interesting way of doing this. To be honest, we can go around again because, you know, one headland isn't going to be enough anyway. So we may as well just go around. I also need to be conscious of recording time. So I'll go around and do another headland, and then I'll catch up with you in a minute. So compost load number 2. Taking a break from baling for a second. Again, Angry Mill. Sorry, it's the best price and it's still going up. It's fine. I said we should be doing about 6 loads. There's 4 different sell points, so we can do 3 here and 1 each of the others. We will do that. That will be fun. Cool. See what we get this time. I have no more cultivating contracts to do. No more have appeared yet, but I'll take a break from that for a little bit. And if no more appear, we might start doing some seeding contracts. Whoa. Wowzers. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Right. So, yeah, there's quite a lot of bales there. I haven't even stopped to count them at this point. But let's see how we get on. I love this trailer. I had to use this trailer. It's absolutely, by far, my favouriteest trailer ever. The Anderson RBM Pro. It's just awesome. So slightly weirdly, these aren't counted by the game as bales. So when I look at my game tally in the information screen, it doesn't say I've created any bales. So, but clearly this recognises these as being bales, which leads me to guess, and it is guessing because I don't know any of this stuff works, that actually bales aren't counted as objects sitting on the ground. Bales are counted as objects that you create from a baler. That over there, the game perhaps doesn't recognise as a baler, and therefore it is not producing bales, and therefore you don't count bales, which also explains why if you buy bales, they don't count towards your maximum bale count. Because it's not counting the number of bales on the ground. Which is interesting when you think about it, because surely that's what it's trying to track, because that's where your issue is. Surely the point of a bale count, of a maximum bale limit, is that there's only so many objects, loose objects, that the game can track on the ground. But it doesn't count if they're just sitting on the ground. Isn't that interesting? I thought so anyway. You might not. You might disagree. You might go, what are you talking about? Who cares? Which is fair. Just wondering. Yeah, so the third trailer load of compost is now loading, which is actually good. We're about halfway through the day and we're just about to fill up the third trailer. Except it'll take longer than that. I will need to put time down to ×1 because of course that one was started last night and running overnight. So actually, suddenly not looking so good. So we're up at 12. I'm very conscious this might end up being a very long video, and I really don't want to go into another one. Not because I'm not enjoying it, I need to get these videos done and out before FS22 starts, and I'm already pushing that. But you'll know by the time you're watching this, because this will be the last one. Yeah, there's a lot of bales sitting here. And to be fair, cool though this is, it's not the fastest bale stacker in the world. So how about we get it loaded, and then we'll see what's left. I mean, what I've done, of course, is I've been around and I've just collected everything that's on the headland. So I could now just go up and down the field and finish the chaffing, and then we'll come back and see how many we've got. But I thought that should start with, well, let's fill the trailer. And then we know we've got 24 straight off. It's an awesomely flexible thing, this. I've also used it for wood chip bales on no man's land. I mean, fantastic. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Right, load number 3. We're here at Lily's Grains, which was kind of the best of the rest a little bit. Now I'm pretty sure I know which one it is, but let's just double check. Lily's Grains. Oh no, don't jump tag. Should be the one behind me. Can't see. Yep, thought so. Good. So yeah, this is load number 3. Won't be anywhere near as much. So corn chaffing is going well. Yeah, we're going to have well over 50 bales. Well over 50 bales, probably close to 70 or 80. So it's going to be a few loads from that trailer. Haven't decided yet whether I'm going to sell them as at the biogas plant or we go sell them somewhere else. Or maybe again I'll do a mix, I don't know. We shall see. So yeah, quite a bit lower, quite a big significant, but still not bad. 601,000 litres, £1,000 rather. I'll take that any day, thank you very much. Right, let's carry on. Right, just finishing off the chaff baling or chaffing baling. I don't know what you'd call it. Chaff baling, I guess so. Maize baling, I suppose. So one thing I have noticed, and I would say word of warning. Warning's the wrong word. It's not that big a deal, but with this size header, collects faster than it can bale and wrap. Now, I'm not sure if the delay, I think, is probably in the wrapping more than the baling, but every now and again I do have to stop, just because otherwise the tank actually gets full before the next, before the next bale is fully wrapped and the next bale is unloaded. So there's quite a delay waiting for the bale to wrap, unloading the bale off the back, getting the next bale out of the baler and into the wrapper. And if you're keeping going up and down while that's all happening, then yeah, eventually the tank becomes full and you just have to sort of pause for a little bit. But as I said, if you're using a slightly narrower header, that would be less of an issue, I think. But I mean, grief, you can see the number of bales we've got. Crazy. It's just crazy. So yeah, remarkable. That's rather than using the sort of self-load trailers and auto-load, in-game auto-load trailer would probably be more efficient because I'd probably get more bales on, but it's fine. I haven't got one, and it's not a big deal. So I've slowed time down. We don't need to get to the end of the day today necessarily, though I might yet sell some of these at the Biogas Plant. Maybe I won't, just because of that, so we don't have to. I know I'd get more money for them, but you know what? Equally, it's not that big a deal. But I am kind of wondering now if I can get up to 10 million, because that would be so cool. But I'm not sure that I will. Even for the difference I would get for these bales if I sold them at the Biogas Plant. I have actually realised though, I've got 100,000 litres of digestate down at the Biogas Plant, and given that I've leased a tanker to sell the milk, what I might do once I've sold the milk is go and sell the digestate, because actually I'll get quite a fair amount of money for it. I think best price was at the farm shop, so I might do that as well. I mean, it's just going to add to all of the stuff I've got to try and cram in today, but I think it's worth doing. I think it would seem a shame not to. I know I can't use it, but it would seem a shame not to. I mean, I could sell a load of manure down at the Biogas Plant. I could, you could go on forever, couldn't you? Oh, messed that up, didn't I? So unload that one. Pull a slightly tighter corner. There we go. No worries. Yeah, so I mean, you've got to stop at some point. It's fine. There's so much to do. It would just be too much to clear it all out. It would take too long. And I'm not, the money, I didn't have a target in mind when I started. I came on the map to play the map. I'm not taking the money to another farm, so it doesn't really matter. Oops, not paying attention. It doesn't really matter how much I make so much. It's fine. But I thought actually 100,000 litres of digestate is quite a lot of digestate. It's a shame not to sell it, and I've got a tanker, so for the sake of 10 minutes ferrying backwards and forwards and a couple of minutes of video, why not? What the heck? And you go wait for the next bale to go in, and what's in the pipe to unload. Done. Should get down here, right? Oh, actually, no, we're not even going to get down to the bottom before it fills up again. But we won't be far off. Actually, no, we might just at that. Unload that bale. Right, I stupidly left a bale right in the way. So let's actually, can I spin around quite quick enough? Yes, look at that. Steering wheel's grumbling about it. I can do it. There we go. Right, unload next bale. And there we go, last line. And this is a crazy quantity of bales. Absolutely crazy. I checked actually, I've done, just talking about the contracting a minute, I haven't started another contract yet, I might do. I've done 25 contracts on here, and yet still I haven't hit my 50 contract medal, and I'm wondering a couple of things. I find it highly unlikely that I've not done 25 other contracts for the duration of FS19, even though I perhaps haven't done as many contracts as I used to do on 17, for example. There we go. That's the last of that. So spin through Actually, that was done, wasn't it? Because what we need to do next is switch off that. Fold, missed it, didn't I? Fold up the header. We can now just drive towards, actually we can fold the pipe in as well. Unload the bale. A couple more bales to do. And actually that's pretty good, only 166 litres they'll be left. Then we can contact the store and say, please come and pick up your stuff, which they'll happily do. But yeah, so I'm umming and ahhing whether or not, because, you know, across the duration of 19, I played so many maps, and on console you're limited to, I think it's 10 save games. So obviously in that time, I have deleted some save games, and so I'm umming and ahhing whether or not actually, when you delete a save game, you actually lose your statistics from that save game, because equally, as I've talked about before, I don't get why I haven't got the, whichever one it is, seeded 100 hectares, or harvested 100 hectares, or whichever one it is, when I've done all of the others at 100 hectares. Doesn't quite make sense. There we go. But yeah, so just umming and ahhing. Wow, that takes a lot of power. The drop in revs when you take that off. Turn off. Wowzers. Job's done. Oh, we still got a green beacon of light from Lily's grains. Well, Lily clearly is a green beacon of light. Just a beacon of light. Green might be offensive. There's so many bales on here. Crazy. Right, so let's go sell the first lot. So, jobs are done. It's pretty much just going to be a matter of selling stuff now, to be honest. So apologies, that's going to get a little bit repetitive. Maybe I won't show selling all of these. If I'm going the same sell point, maybe I won't. But anyway, we're here, slightly different place for a change. We come up to the barnyard, top left-hand corner of the map, and selling the first lot of chaff silage bales. Gotta say, ooh, how'd you unload? I can't remember. Really? I can't remember. Oh, that'll do it. I really love that whole process. I thought that was fantastic. It's such a great mod. I will definitely use that again. There we go. Going in, going in, going in, going in. Nice. So what's that? Just over 35,000 litres, 35,000 pounds rather, for the first batch. Lower the platform. Right, sorry, now I know. Head back down. Get the next batch. But yeah, it was great. It's just the whole process. I really enjoyed it, and I do love this trailer. I do like selling bales. So if that mod comes to 22, that's going to be a great way to get started to make money. All right, it's an expensive way in relative terms because you know, you need your forage harvester, and they're not cheap pieces of machinery, but they're also a heck of a lot more efficient, say, than, you know, using a mower, and then, you know, windrowing and picking up the bale separately and blah, right? Especially if you're doing corn, it's so much faster than you know, putting it in a trailer. You have to unload the trailer regularly, you have to compact it, wait for it to, you know, do all that. So it's good. It's a really good idea, really fun thing to do. It's just different, right? Anyway, enough jibber jabber. I'll see you in a minute. So just very quickly, money's gone up. I've sold another 250,000 litres of compost, again, this time at Angry Mill, because the price is just so good. And another load of bales, actually at the same place, up at the barnyard. And I just had to show this. I've taken out a seeding contract. It was really near the store, Field 43, so I thought, you know what, why not? And this was the equipment I got, and I just had to show it. I love this tractor. It is one of my, it's a bit slow, so I've got to say I don't use it very often, but it's one of my favourite new tractors that was added to 19, and I absolutely love it. I think it looks fantastic. I do like the older tractors, as you well know. But yeah, this is just awesome. I love it. I just had to show it. That's it. Right, another load of bales. This time we're going to AD Bales, which is actually just opposite Lily's Grain, but I'm pretty sure we've not sold stuff here before. Actually, the green marker is really going to help us. Oh, yeah, managed to switch the indicator off in the end eventually. Except, right. Just spin around a little bit, that'll make it easier, won't it? You'd think. There we go. Nicely done. Okay. Unload the bales. So there's only 8 left, which I think I'll just run them round to the farm shop, which is just around the corner. Obviously we've been there before. Or farm bales, I think it's not the farm shop itself, it's farm bales, I think, or something. It's slightly less here, I'm not going to get quite as much, but I just thought, you know, it's not that much different. And, you know, somewhere different to come in it. I have no idea how much that was in total, but, you know, it was a slow unload. But there you go, the next trailer load of compost isn't quite there yet. But it probably won't be long. But I'll go and get the rest of these bales, and yeah, we'll take those over to, I think it's called Farm Bales or something. It's near the farm shop anyway. Right, next. So here we are. So actually, the farm shop and the farm barn will both take bales, but the farm barn is a slightly higher price. So this is where we're going to be. Swing it round. Just going to put the cab just for speed. And there we go. Last of the bales. So I'll take the bale trailer back. Still waiting for the next lot. I'm worried how much more compost we're going to get out of that bunker. I have a feeling we are going to be not able to empty it completely in the same way we couldn't at the main yard. About another 10 grand anyway, but we'll just have to see about that. I think it will certainly require some work with the milling machine. But anyway, I'll go sort this out. Let's head down there and see what's going on. Ooh, and contract's finished, so I need to start a new contract. Well, so rather disappointingly, this is the second time this has got stuck in that wall, and I can't get it out, even with the class. I brought the class down just to have a bit more power. To be fair, I also don't seem to be able to get any more out of this. Oh, that's interesting. It says open silo. Is that the issue? Because it wasn't open? Oh, so then I've got to reset it again and try and get it back out. I could try it with the belts, maybe. Let me try that, just a second. It's 205,000 litres left. It's worth having a go, you know? I hadn't noticed that the open silo thing was still there. Just give me a minute. Oh well, it was worth a try. Didn't work. Wasn't it? Don't know what the issue was, but yeah, so that's actually slightly heavy heart. Now got only half of what was left in the bunker. So we've come to Angry Grains because, well, frankly, it's still the best price by over £1,000 per 1,000 litres. And I've only got half of what I wanted, so I'm still not going to get as much as I thought I should have got, really. But there you go. So, not to worry, we'll get this sold. We've still got, I think a contract's just finished, actually, but we've still got digestate to sell, and milk and wool. So still lots to do. We're not going to make our 10 million, unfortunately, but that's still not bad, is it? 708,000. Right, let's, I'm going to get everything back up to the store, sort of reconsolidate, reposition myself, And yeah, well, the first thing to do will be to pick up the tanker that I've leased. Probably use, well, yeah, the Tatra, I think. Well, let's go sell the milk. Well, it could only have been the black cab, really. And I knew that when I bought it, but well, when I borrowed it, when I leased it and I was colouring it up. This is something else, isn't it? Look at this. Looks really cool. Took me a while to remember where the milk trigger was, but we found it. Right, let's have a quick look at prices. Oh, that's finished while that's loading up. Milk. I apologise for the length of this video. It's going to be really long. Waters Dairy, 1735, 1274. Waters Dairy it is. Well, we haven't been there, so awesome. I don't think we have. Where's that then? Oh, right, okay, that's handy. I'll see you there. Loading a lot faster than it loaded. Nearly there. See how we do. Should be pretty good, actually. Yep, 159,000. Not bad at all. Right, next, digestate. Carry on down the road. Right, well, while the digestate loads, I figured we'd come and sell the wool. And then, to be honest, we're about done. There's a little bit of soybean, a little bit of something else in the silos, but you know what? It's fine. Next farmer will benefit from that massively. Ooh, that's a bit weird, isn't it? So they can have it. That's all good. Another 10 grand. Not to be sniffed at. That perfectly filled it. Actually, we were tens of, or maybe a couple of 100 litres off being completely full. But right, I'll get all this equipment back to the store and I will sell it. And we'll see how the digestate's doing. So we're here at the farm shop. I've got 120,000 litres of digestate. I have made a slight error. I thought we had 100,000 litres of digestate. We have 1 million litres of digestate. And if I'm not in the right place, sorry, that's the loading bay, isn't it? The sell point is here. Which means I still have 880,000 litres of digestate that I can sell. And I can sell it here at 2,200. Why is that not coming up with the sell point now? Because I'm not in it. 2,200 pounds per 1,000 litres. I can also sell it at the slurry yard or the manure yard, or whatever it's called, for about 1,300. But that means that I've got so much left to do and so much more money to earn. And all of a sudden, my 10 million might be in sight. I'm not going to show every single visit. That would just take forever, and I'm already slightly concerned about the length of this video. Well, I'm going to crack on and do this. And well, there we go, folks. We've hit the 10 million. That was kind of lucky. I couldn't believe that there was that much digestate sitting there, and I didn't know about it. Let's get rid of that stuff. So, yeah, I've sold a couple of pieces of equipment. You know what? We've hit the 10 million. I'm not even going to worry about selling the rest of the fields or whatever else. We've still got the main farm. Everything else has been sold. But all the fields around the farm and the sheep pasture are still there. I always said I wouldn't sell the animals. A few bits of equipment I haven't sold either. But you know what? I've still got more digestate to sell, so I really don't need to. We've got a contractor seeding a contractor. We've got a contract with a worker, should I say, seeding a field. But well, apologies again for the rather long episode, but here we are, done on Riverside Farm. very glad that I put the time down to ×1 earlier, because otherwise we'd have been in the dark by now. But it was well worth selling some of that. I sort of set myself a goal early on in the episode that we'd hit 10 million, and well, we've done it. So it was worth sticking around a little bit longer just to do that. Oh, missed the sell point. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching Riverside Farms, and thank you very much for following along with me on the journey. I planned to do only 10 episodes on here. It's turned into, I forget what we're on now, 20 something odd. But there was a lot to try out. There was a lot of different things to do, all sorts of stuff going on, and it's a great map. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. So I say again, thank you very much for watching. There'll be, well, actually probably not before 22 comes out, but we'll continue on 19 on No Man's Land, and Spectacle Island on my vlog series. But other than that, we'll be moving over to FS22. So please join me for that. I'm hoping to stream on release day, and totally looking forward to that. But yeah, as I say, thank you very much for watching the series. I do hope you enjoyed it, and well, see you in the next one. Bye for now.